Hello everyone and welcome to Solshow. Today I am reviewing Fruits Basket 2019. This is a Brotherhood treatment of the original Fruits Basket, which I started watching, but for some reason I just dropped it. I just wasn't feeling it, man. But with the 2019 version, now that I know that there's a new improved version, and with my girlfriend very much a fan of both the original and this new version, I thought the time was right to get into Fruits Basket. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a fun story about a girl named Toru who's, after her mother's passing, she is living in the woods, still working her 9 to 5 and like trying to be a good person. She's a very chipper, happy-go-lucky soul, but after her tent literally gets caught in a landslide, and her tent was already on the property of a rich nearby family known as the Soma family, and they discover her and they really like her, so they're like, hey, why don't you live with us? And her being super selfless and high quality karma type person, she's like, okay, I'll live here I guess for a little bit, but in the meantime I'm gonna do all your chores, I'm gonna make you happy and cook your food and suck your dicks. Maybe that last part doesn't come true, but everything else she does happily. I mean, I don't know what she does with the dudes behind closed doors, that's not my business. And the Soma family has a curse because it's an anime, of course it does. Every member of this family also is tethered to zodiacs. Yes, every single one of these characters turns into zodiac animals, and they all are on a like hierarchy of zodiac family heritage and members, and there's tiers, and certain members are doing certain things, and there's traditions, and a lot at the end of this season is still left up in the air and doesn't really go into detail as to what all this shit means, but that's why we have a season 2 coming, because this is technically just Fruits Basket season 1. They are fully committed to animating this entire manga, this manga that's been dead for quite some time. God, I love that we live in a world that is respecting the past as much as it is right now. And that's not to say whenever we like milk certain franchises or do certain things, I'm not saying that these types of Brotherhood treatments don't do that, but I would much rather live in a world where we get like these HD video games, and then we get anime that's even better than the original and gets the right ending and all this shit. Very happy we live in that world. But this is my first experience with this story. Did not experience the manga, did not experience the original show. And I like all these characters. We're introduced to certain characters at certain times. The big three are the Zodiac Dog, Cat, and Rat, who all are like the main household members that live with Toru. There's Prince Yuki, the rat, who's like your cool, calm, collect, pretty boy. And then you got Cat Boy, who's a bundle of energy and always trying to challenge Yuki, and he doesn't feel like he's a part of the family because the cat in the original story was not a part of the clique. And then you got the dog boy, who's like the oldest and kind of more guardian type character of the group, and he's just cool, calm, collect, and just lets these fucking teenagers do whatever they want. And yeah, it's a slice of life show pretty much, so you're really kind of introduced to Toru and her like daily life, and you're introduced to her friends. She has really cool friend characters. You get a backstory with each of them, and then you go into a backstory with her mom. You slowly flesh out this world. You introduce more Zodiac characters, and then as you meet them, you're like, which one are you? And you're trying to like piece together how they're acting as to like animal characteristics. And whenever you get the review, it's like, oh, that's so cool. And then it's like you're just slowly adding like check marks to each member of this family, and by the end of the series you're like, oh shit, like I am fully immersed in this family and this world. And you care, like it's New Year's Day, they're all gonna have a little party together, and you're like, oh wow, how fun, reunion episodes. And by the end of it, you just have a big old smile on your face. I will say I prefer more like exciting anime. I like my anime that's like, you know, over the top and doing like spectacular shit. And some would argue this could be like a romance anime, and as far as romance animes go, I would like something that's a little bit more direct and people actually like addressing their feelings, whereas this is a much more tongue-in-cheek, tiptoe around the romance kind of romance. So really all we're kind of left with is this very like clean, very polished slice of life show with like really interesting characters, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I do hope in the second season we kind of start to like, now that we've introduced all the concepts and characters, start to like develop those further and maybe bring some new ideas, some new conflicts, because as it stands, the only real conflict of the show are just kind of characters' feelings and like having interactions that like conflict with one another. There's not like a big bad to the show yet, and I really am trying to learn like the lore of like how the Zodiac thing works, because that's kind of the backbone of the whole story. And I love Toru. Toru is like the ideal like character that you want to be. Toru is waifu material. She's adorable. She's good at cleaning and cooking and shit and like catering for people. Just wants to make people happy. Good person. And she has enough good karma to last the rest of her life. But if you like love triangles, you like the pretty anime colors, you like seeing all the cherry blossoms and the glow effects and the characters with the smiles, this is going to be the one for you. If you like your high school animes, this is the one for you. It's a good show. Definitely not like my go-to show, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. I'm going to give Fruits Basket a high 7 out of 10. Thought it was a really good show. I am definitely more excited for season 2, just to kind of see like what they bring. Until then though, thank you so much for watching as always. If you like anime reviews, I am chock full of them on this channel. Go and look throughout the channel, man. There's tons of videos. They're for you. Just keep watching them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, with that, I leave you.